dear friends, faculty, students, welcome to today's event celebrating the Honorary Doctorate of our School of Business and Economics for Joel Horowitz. It's probably easiest to describe the scientific achievements of Joel by telling all of you how I met Joel the first time and what occasion. It was actually about 25 years ago at CORE, Center for Operations Research and Economics at Louvain, Belgium, during a conference on discrete choice models. Joel gave at that occasion an impressive talk on semi-parametric estimation of this normalized discrete choice models. It has since then influenced many scientists, not only in economics, but also in statistics, mathematics, sociology, medicine, and also psychology. As a consequence, I was also impressed and actually rather infected by this talk. But what made this line of research so demanded, so successful? Let me describe in a few sentences a little more detail about what this is about. Many sciences use the paradigm of threshold mechanisms. In marketing, for example, one studies utilities that from a specific threshold point triggers an event like the buy for a certain product. In the new field of neuroeconomics, these triggers mechanisms are used to correlate, for example, brain data with psychological scales of risk perception. The same mechanism is used in biostatistics, where one calls these models dose-response models. In labor market analysis, one calculates unemployment belts based on such mechanisms. I could report many more scientific studies using these trigger mechanisms. But common to all these applications is that one has to account for heterogeneity observations for individuals, and this involves explanatory variables that are yielding different utilities. And since one wants to study effects across individuals and observations units, one has to move part of this heterogeneity into, and that makes statistics so wonderful, into an error term, into a residual term. It is this residual term that creates the headaches. An easy recipe here is to assume that it is of a certain stochastic class, like the Gaussian or logistic distribution. Consequently, these are models that are called probing or looking models. This recipe, though, is too easy, since especially in economics, one has no inherent reason or theoretically justifiable guideline to presume a specific distributional, like the Gaussian assumption for this heterogeneity of subjects. This is exactly where Joel Horowitz came on stage. If there's no reason for such a strong assumption, why should we use it? His entering the econometrics theater phase happened in the 80s, actually under the Reagan administration, when Joel left the EPA in Washington. I do not exactly know why he changed the operational theater, but it may have to do with not accepting strong assumptions if there is no need for it. But how did Joel Horowitz build his broad knowledge in quantitative economics, statistical econometrics? What was his scientific footing in his career? And that's why I have these pictures here. He started his education in physics in Stanford, not far from his father's workplace at Caltech, Pasadena. He obtained his PhD from Cornell in '67 and worked afterwards as Senior Operations Research Analyst in U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. But thanks to the flexible U.S. university system, he got in 1982 a joint appointment in the Geography and Economics department at the University of Iowa in Iowa City. In 2001, he became the Charles and Emma Morrison Professor of Economics at Northwestern in Evanston. He had numerous visiting appointments at top-notch places in the world, and being known for being non-modest, I'm proud to say that the Interdisciplinary Center CASE, Center for Applied Statistics and Economics at Humboldt-Universität, is one of those places. I'm not modest, I know. Scientific brilliance, though, is not just a matter of visiting top places. It is also about excellent publications, influential ideas, and simple methods that can be used widely. And I think Uli Kameke has made this point already. But let me come back to one of Joel Horowitz's publications that recently appeared in the top-notch journal, The Annals of Statistics. It is called The Simple Bootstrap Method for Constructing Non-Parametric Confidence Bands and Functions. I think this paper nicely characterizes the route that our today's honorary doctorate candidate takes in many of his brilliant papers. If you recall for a second what I had said about neglecting unnecessary assumptions earlier, this paper goes even further. It checks the weakened and much more flexible distributional assumptions by a resampling technique called the bootstrap. The bootstrap is something behind the boot that you use to strap to actually strap the boot on. It's not the shoe lies, the bootstrap, yeah? So you could say here that Joel Horowitz, by using the bootstrap, properly goes the additional mile to squeeze out the maximum information that the data holds. This willingness to go the additional mile is reflected in many duties that he accepted in the service to the community. He served as editor for top journals like Metrica and has had and still has many besides successful PhD students. The additional mile in combination with the interdisciplinary background attracted also grant money and prizes in recognition of his influential work. I'm only mentioning here the prestigious Humboldt Prize for senior US scientists that we received to work with us here at CASE and the CRC 373 and CR 649, the Collaborative Research Centers 649. In fact, Joel has been a regular visitor to our alma mater since 1992. He helped to prepare the proposal for the CRC 373, and he participated in the midterm review of that. He was also a participant and speaker at the workshops that the CRC held each year. He was the first Hammer Lischfeld lecturer in 2003. He was also a special featured lecturer at the Paris-Berlin Seminar 1996, organized jointly with Ben Salve in Paris, and published a book based on these lectures. He was an invited speaker at the conference Quantum Inversion Theory in Practice. That was held at Humboldt-Universität. I think Michael Burda organized it in 2010. He organized many Oberwolfach conferences, and he also was an invited speaker at the conference in honor of the 200th anniversary of our alma mater. His work applies to estimating demand functions and other econometric models under shape restrictions derived from economic theory, and estimation of high-dimensional models in economics and biomedical fields. His applied research includes travel demand modeling, models of housing market, analysis of markets for illegal drugs, analysis of the relation between gun ownership and the incidence of violent crime. He has done almost everything. This prompts the question what he has not and what he did not do. This is probably best illustrated by a variation of Einstein's citation, who said, seit die Mathematiker über die Relativitätstheorie hergefallen sind, verstehe ich sie selbst nicht mehr. I said in English, but Joel understands it. Since the mathematicians have taken over relativity theory, I don't understand it anymore. In my variation, it reads different. It describes danger since the physicist, this Cornell and Stanford education, since the physicists have taken over economics, economists do not understand economics anymore. The contrary is of course true. With his interdisciplinary thoughts, Joel has created brilliant and very understandable economic results. He has made economics and its many applications to society and life a life aware of biased, sometimes faulty or too strong theoretical assumptions. This is a wonderful and very deep contribution to our science, and therefore Joel Horowitz is awarded the Honorary Doctorate of our university. Joel, use the bootstrap and go many more miles. Thank you very much.